What is going on? This is AlTone, and this is the DEERC D20 HD camera drone. So this is the DEERC D20 folding HD camera drone. Awesome little drone to start off with, indoors and outdoors. So what comes in the box with the DEERC D20 HD camera drone is the DEERC D20 camera drone itself, a transmitter with the range of 330 feet or 200 meters unobstructed, 2 drone batteries which are 500 milliamp 1S LiPo batteries with an 80-minute charging time, 2 USB charging cables, 1 full set of extra propellers, 1 full set of prop guards, a screwdriver, and an instruction manual. So the DEERC D20 has about a 10-minute flight time, which I've been able to get pretty much 10 minutes out of each one of the batteries. So with the 2 batteries together, you should get about 20 minutes of flight time total. And there's a couple of functions that this little guy can do as well. You can fly it in a headless mode, and it can do flips. So let's take a quick walk around the drone so you can become familiar with it. So from the front of the drone, you see you have a camera, and that has a manual angle adjustment, and it has a photo resolution of HD, which is 1080 to 720. It can take photos in JPEG format and video in API or MP4 format. And you also have 2 status indicator lights on the front of the drone. Looking at it from the top, of course, you have 4 motors, and those are brushed motors, and 4 sets of propellers which are marked A and B based on the motor in which they're actually attached to. On the left side, as the drone is facing away from you, you have your power button, which you'll long press to turn the drone on or off. And on the back of the drone, you have 2 additional status LED lights. And then you also have the battery bay where your battery will be installed. And then you have your transmitter, and your transmitter has a max distance of 1,310 feet. On the front of the transmitter, you have your phone holder, your left and right control sticks, which are actually set up in mode 1 as most drones are. Then you have your power switch, which you'll long press to turn on the controller, and also a trim button, which will allow you to trim up or help your drone to remain stationary if it is drifting one direction or the other. In the manual, it will give you instructions on how to use the trim function in order to keep your drone stationary in the air. And just a quick note, if you're going to use the trim function, make sure that you're flying with no winds, because this little drone is pretty light. If the wind is what's causing it to drift left or right, it's best to counteract that with the control sticks versus trimming it up, because when the wind stops, it will continue to drift in the opposite direction. And then you have your power indicator LEDs. On the top of the controller, you have your 1 key takeoff and landing / emergency stop button. You have your 360 flip / headless mode button, which you'll long press to go to headless mode. You have your speed switch / photo video record button. For photo, you short press. For video, you long press to start and stop your video. And on the back, you have your battery compartment. And the transmitter itself requires 3 AA batteries, which are not included. Now, installing the drone battery on this little drone, you'll just take it and slide it in from the back, and it installs very easily. There is a little foot on the bottom of the battery that you'll press in lightly and then remove the battery. So getting this little guy in the air is also very simple. All you want to do is make sure you turn on the drone, then turn on the controller and bind it to the drone, connect your mobile device to the drone's Wi-Fi, and then turn on the app, and then make sure you calibrate the gyro by pushing both joysticks down and to the right. And from there, you should be able to take off. And just a couple of suggestions for the best flight experience. Make sure that you calibrate the gyro before each flight, and then make sure you take time to adjust the trim of the drone as needed. Start off with the drone in a slow mode to get used to how it flies. Also, put your mobile device in airplane mode with the Wi-Fi on only, so that you can still receive video from the D20. I've had an absolute pleasure flying this little drone around. It's been a ton of fun. It's another great drone by DEERC to start off with and get used to flying and controlling a drone in the air. The more you practice, the better that you're going to get with flying, and I believe this is a great tool to help you to be able to do that. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope this helped you in some way. If it did, let me know down in the comment section below. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and I look forward to talking to you again in a future video.